You guys remember the Doom pastor, right? Some time ago, I made a video explaining that that guy had gotten in trouble with the law. Now, I didn't fully explain what he did. Now, would you find it funny? On this episode, I want to talk about what happened, and then also talk about a spiritual son of his who's now trending for being a scammer. Admitted out of his, it's not alleged. He said it out of his own mouth. He said it himself. Strict Reality Show, we do daily Christian commentary videos. Other episodes down today, they'll be down in the pinned comments. False prophets never shock me. They come out, they get exposed, and it is no wonder they produce spiritual sons who are just like the Mandems. So this guy trended over spraying doom in the eyes of people, claiming it was going to heal them. This was dangerous, of course. That church completely died. A while after, we heard that he had gotten in trouble with the law, and he's supposed to spend almost 3 to 4 years. I don't know if he ended up going. So I want to read you some before I go to the spiritual son who is recently being trending on TikTok. I think his name is Titus, some prophet Titus. He's one of those mandems that go on TikTok supposedly prophesying people. It's a dodgy man. You can already sense it. But he is the spiritual son of the Doom pastor, as you can see. And so before I go to that spiritual son who's currently trending, by the way, he did an interview. We're going to watch that interview. What happened to the Doom pastor? All right, you go to the article, it says, Prophet Doom asked to serve his sentence concurrently. The convicted Litabo wants a sentence to run concurrently. You come down into the article and then puts it out. Convicted, that 25 years old. This Mandem was young. By now it must be about 30 or so. Popularly known as the prophet of doom, the Doom pastor, wants to serve his 3 counts of contravention of stock and was he stealing cows or what? Stock and Agriculture Remedies Act to run concurrently. I don't know, what was he charged with? It's about Rabalaho, what's his surname? Charged and convicted after a church attendant shared pictures on social media of the prophet spraying insecticides to thing in the face at close range. Oh, so he was arrested for that. There seems to be some there. All right, at close range, the lawyer so-and-so asked the court to put the counts together and asked the court to consider the seriousness of the offenses as well. Yeah, they're very serious. Someone can go blind. I thought we are all on page on that. So that thing, that whole entire contest that he did, oh yeah, it didn't just go unnoticed. Stop being a fake prophet. The world will definitely find you. You'll be charged. And I'm glad that these things are happening, that you're seeing convictions pertaining this particular thing. This is, again, another thing that just shows what the CRL wants to do, absolutely unnecessary. Yeah, they were caught. Contravention of what, boom. There's agencies that can deal with that. So he was arrested pertaining that. But then there's this one here. When you come down, it says that who sprayed to consider was yesterday sentenced to 4 years imprisonment or a fine of 30. So I don't know. Did he end up serving the period or did he pay the fine? I bet you he tried to raise that money very fast. The article then goes on to say that who sprayed was ordered to serve that particular 4-year thingy or pay 36,000. The magistrate sentenced him to 1 year in jail. So he did serve it, and a fine of 6,000 contravening of this particular act right there. And so he did serve it. All right. Sentenced him to 3 years in jail. Also, is it running alongside, and 30,000 for assault and so forth with intent to cause bodily harm, which is what the case is going to be. If you're using doom to the eyes, what do you think is going to happen? He was ordered to pay 15,000 instead. The lawyer welcomed the sentence and interdicted that the client will immediately start to pay for the fine, and we have made an arrangement with my client to pay 3,000 in installments every month, so forth. He goes on, appeared for his sentencing, inviting the media to his church. You should come to my church and see how things are done. Now, no, we don't want to come. Yes, thank you very much. You can keep your falsehood to yourself and the people that follow you. Rebecca Pastor, however, refused to comment on his sentencing. The congregants of the Zion General Assembly who had gathered outside of the magistrate court, they're always gathering, isn't it? You madams don't like your houses or what? What's I like my place. You guys don't like your place? They're always out there doing something. Protesting for fake pastors. That's weird. The state then argued that the controversial pastor's fine of 60,000 did not show remorse through the trial until in possession of. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? Amaru also was wanted in court to declare unfit to possess a firearm. Okay, he has a firearm. Okay. And so that was the case that man got in trouble with. I don't know if he ended up saving that 1 year sentence or the entire 3 years or 4 years. Because remember, this story was a while ago. It was about 2018. So he might have served maybe 2 years. Came out 2020, 2021 or whatever. And then since he's come out, now I see he has a spiritual son who is out there supposedly scamming people. He did an interview very recently and he was asked pertaining the claims that are going viral on TikTok about him scamming people.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Right there he says it. They gave me the money and I ate it. You want to repeat?
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. I'll tell you the truth. I took the money and I ate it.
And
all these people, the thing that they don't know, they don't know what those people had agreed. They don't know what him and those people had agreed upon. Yeah, but you said charge the money. All right. And so this is kind of the clip that's kind of going out there right now. What did you guys agree on? So he says, but I promised to help the woman. I said they gave him money. You know, it's this thing of plant a seed and then maybe they promise healing or something. I don't know what the situation was. And so now he's like, oh yeah, but now I'm not God. Yeah, but why were you taking money as if you had installment? You were taking installments as if you could guarantee what you were saying. Charlie stuff.
Yeah. People, they always want to control God.
But you imply they can. When you ask people to pay money for you to do a miracle, that's what you are implying. And so for you to come out and want to be angry at them, that's kind of weird. So he's been trending over TikTok over this particular thing and his open claim that, yeah, they gave me the money and I chowed it. The spiritual father was caught in thingy. He himself also caught in dodgy man behavior. Charlies never stop. They don't change. The Mandans remain consistent in dodgy behavior. You know, there's another episode that I want to talk about today, about how interpretation can actually affect a person in how they direct their life. Maybe it'll be coming out after this. One of the guys from Ika Lava Fundi was being interviewed, and you can hear his interpretation for everything is always something else, you know. Interpretation affects a person. How they see the Bible, it affects a person. How people interpret God to you will affect thinking. This is why most of the spiritual sons come from this dodgy type of ministries. Because God is portrayed as gain. Why do you think you will get anything honest out of them? Because God has been portrayed as gain. Their interpretation of God has been tainted. And so as a result, it just continues on to eat away your own version of interpretation of God or how you interpret God. It will affect you. Following falsehood or following someone who misinterprets God, he's the one who would ask people to plant. By the way, people on TikTok have talked about people who have encountered him. They say he asks people to pay money, to be prayed for and whatnot. Yeah, the moment you go there and someone tells you need to pay in order for you to get a prayer, something's wrong. Okay? They pose themselves in that manner because if you came to me and you said, Ricky, I need you to pray for me, I'm going to tell you, hey, my dude, you know you can pray for yourself, right? We advocate people to being disciples so that they can pray for themselves. I'm not a call center. Okay? I am not a call center. Just sit here, paying studio times and what in order for me to answer calls. It's not how it works. Life is expensive. We have to work as well in order to sustain. Not just a call center here talking and then maybe you'll be no. Sufficiency is what we are advocating. But these people like this type of things because people like the shortcut. And also note, Charlie's always blame it on you. You see, it's his interpretation tells you, if you give me money, God is going to give you this. But then he turns around and then he says, oh yeah, by the way, but people like doing this. But wait, that's what you interpreted. He can turn around and blame it on you. The audacity of these guys. Do not follow falsehood. It always affects how you interpret God later. It's not just now when you are under them. Even way after, it may affect how you see the Bible or your relationship with God. Yeah, tell me your thoughts down in the comment section. I thought it was quite an interesting one to see, a false prophet convicted for his crime, later on produces a false prophet, and then that false prophet now is caught up in a drama and openly admits to scamming them and taking their money. I thought that is just poetry. Yeah, tell me your thoughts down in the comment section. It's Ricky. Other episodes down today, they'll be down in the bingo. You fall under a false prophet, your interpretation will always be skewed for truth.